You are welcome to LFN What's Your Say? Your #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Of late, it has become the trend for everyone who has always felt envious of the R&B king to take to the media and discuss him. The common question being, what do you think about the R. Kelly situation, as though it's everyone's business what happens to Robert? It's however high time some of these perpetual haters realize that they are wasting plenty of their valuable time hating on R. Kelly, who clearly is going nowhere. His imprisonment has of course caused a forced setback for him, but this is only for a while. Eventually, the truth will prevail and R. Kelly will be a free man once again. Watching people who haven't achieved even an inch of what Robert has managed to accomplish in his life compare themselves to him, and attempt to degrade him is annoyingly disgusting. It makes me wonder where these guys get the time and resources to spend discussing people, and more so with a negative orientation like that. It also worries me a lot thinking what the future of the entertainment industry is going to be like. Watching stars and would-be stars fight each other like this is indeed so disturbing. When you would expect them to team up and stand together, they instead choose to backbite one another and speak the worst of each other. Lorenzo DeColis, an American rapper known popularly by the name Lord Jamal, a while back spent close to an hour busy talking about the R&B king. One would wish he was only stopping at this, but he wasn't just talking. Lord Jamal was mocking and laughing at R. Kelly, and referring to him as the cult leader he has never been. Very disappointing for a man of Lord Jamal's stature to be involved in such cheap mudslinging campaigns. Why he would add his name to the list of R. Kelly witch hunters trying to slay him like a dragon, I simply wouldn't understand, would you? Well, someone once told me, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and only small minds discuss people. Still unsure where to place Lord Jamal. But I guess the latter will do for now, won't it? I simply don't understand why anybody, celebrity or not, should spend such valuable time getting famous for mocking the R&B king. This is fame for all the wrong reasons. Your job cannot be calling people names, and you imagine that you too have the ability to forge a way forward in life. I was once told that people who do a lot of backbiting actually have the behavior reflected a great deal in their finances as well. No wonder his net worth is only over $1 million, unlike many other fellow rappers and Hollywood actors for his age. In his interview with Vlad TV discussing the R. Kelly situation, Lord Jamal starts by showing a little too much excitement about the topic than would be expected of a person with a neutral point of view. And right after that, he rushes into relating words that sadly did not really apply to the conversation at hand.
When you're in an R. Kelly cult, right? Once you're in, you're in.
It sounded like the rapper was well drilled and prepared to say certain things about R. Kelly, and this he did despite the fact that the words he used didn't really fit in the conversation. This is a real indicator of just how low people are willing to stoop in order to see R. Kelly remain in prison, or to simply tarnish his name further. For some of these people, considering how much hatred they showcase for Robert, one would think their life is all perfect, but it isn't. They haven't got it all figured out either. Many have done even worse than they allege R. Kelly did. Some are even junkies addicted to one or two things that they have long failed to surmount. The truth remains that even if everyone turned against R. Kelly today, it doesn't necessarily make him guilty. The New York guilty verdict is still being contested and will only hold if it survives the possible retrial or appeal. Before then, those who hate R. Kelly so much had better hold their horses, for things may dramatically change. There are so many factors that were not accounted for during the previous New York trial which come with plenty of reasonable doubt that could see all or several charges eventually dropped. It's therefore not proper that those against R. Kelly begin to count their eggs now, especially at a time like this when we are gathering all the pieces of this case and putting them together. According to Mildred, I did watch the Vlad interview with Lord Jamal, and much of the time he was going off topic. His attempts to rhyme irrelevant words all sounded rather awkward, and he only made himself look confused. Nothing he said made sense to me. His intention to belittle R. Kelly could be felt in his entire speech. Another thing I don't like to see is people who clearly dislike the R&B king but pretend to sympathize, and that is exactly who Lord Jamal is. According to him, he all along had background information incriminating R. Kelly as far as back then before the recent allegations. Many wonder when he left entertainment and turned into the detective he thinks he is to gather background information on Kelly beforehand. According to Felicia, many of the so-called celebrity interviews about the R. Kelly situation have only served to mislead the public, and to an extent the court. I was only compelled to think twice about these allegations when I started listening to some dissenting opinions which shone more light and clarity on the matter. Otherwise, I would never have known the truth of what really happened, and how events actually rolled out. It's definitely long past time for all the truth that comes to the surface to influence the case much, but some of this exonerates R. Kelly from certain charges among the 10 that were slapped on him by prosecution. Critics may continue talking and wishing R. Kelly the worst, but they ought to remember that it's not them that determine how the case goes. Many signs show already that R. Kelly will likely win his appeal and be set free. It's only God who can determine a man's fate, so they had better leave this for the Lord to decide. According to Larissa, reflecting on the way R. Kelly has repeatedly become a victim of blackmail, it's no doubts very many people will attempt to become his next threat with the hope that he will pay them off. When talking about R. Kelly, spreading rumors about him, and pretending to know him so well became a paying job opportunity, many have chosen to join in the money heist in the hope of taking advantage of him. They will therefore be quick to take to social media and spread as many rumors about R. Kelly as possible. I feel sorry for them knowing that they will eventually be disappointed to watch Robert walk majestically out of the prison gates back to freedom. But because this is exactly what the R&B king deserves, they will have completely nothing to do about it. When the time to go home is finally here, there will be no room for cheap talk as justice will have prevailed. When I hear people call R. Kelly a monster, my heart breaks, but when I remember that this does not determine his fate, I quickly return to all smiles and thank the Lord. If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to sashalfnmedia@gmail.com for scheduling. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.